fucking Graceland. Very quiet right now, hang on. I have headphones. Alright, this is not being cooperative. Don't leave me here. You leave me here. Far away from any goodbyes. Split on who really are the good guys. Without black or white ways to apologize. I don't never. Alright. Here I am. I'm moonheaded right now. I'm trying to adjust my, talkback mic so it's as loud as I want it. There we go. That's good. Not always. You're here like 90% of the time. Haley's gonna bring me tacos at some point. Alright. Alright. So, I'm working on the, release stuff for crovseyed right now. Like the stream stuff. Huh? Come on. Oh, why you gotta fuck with me like that, OBS? OBS has been freezing a lot lately. I'm not sure what that's about. Oh, I'm so dark. I need more light on me. I have no white pages. There we go. Welcome, Valor Bear. Oh, where's my charger? Here. Lucky for me, not only rhyme these days. Don't waste my time. Got no more mind for the. Oh shit! You already pre-ordered the album. Well, let me tell you what all you'll get. If you pre-order the album on Bandcamp, which is over here at case.dog/music. If you go to the Jovian Whistler page. Right now, it only lists a couple songs. It lists 2 bonus songs from me. I don't know if you can see them. But if you buy it on Bandcamp, you will get a bonus song, Self-Made Royalty, which is kind of like Bite Me was on the bonus of Sick, and Sick of It was on the bonus of So Far. Self-Made Royalty is probably going to be, it's like my experiment song for the thing I do next year, the equivalent to crovseyed I do next year. So, that's one bonus track. Another bonus track is, the Crow mix of I Am. So, I posted a thing and I opened up another stream recently of, just the hook of that. There will also be 2 remixes. One of Elemental, and I believe one of Axes. So that's everything that I got. So it's an 8-track EP with 4 additional tracks if you get it on Bandcamp instead of streaming it. So that's a whole other third of this album I am adding. You get 150% of the album if you pre-order it. $4.32 on Bandcamp. But you can pay more if you want. I just needed to have the ARC number, because it really doesn't matter what I have for, like, the pay limits of these. People just tend to pay what they want. But right now, I am working on getting all of this through my distributor so that it'll be available on most places by the 12th. So, if you just use Spotify, you will be able to listen to Perfect, Elemental, Axes, Placebo, Don't Talk to Me, Surreptitious, Yes You Are, and Light Rays. If you want to hear the I Am mix, or the Kuro mix of I Am, and if you want to download Self-Made Royalty, those are bonus songs. So that's what's going on. Welcome to the stream. I was a little verbose and over-explaining with that, but go pre-order Crovseyed, Jovian, and Whistler. You can also get my entire discography for $35. Every once in a while, especially on launches and for seasonal things, I will put out a promo code that cuts prices between 50 to 90%. And on 7/24, when I was doing a stream for that event, I had the entire discography up for $175, I believe it came out to. So, you know, more incentive to stick around for these streams. You can get my stuff for much cheaper. And while I'm still in intro mode, let's do a little more intro. Let's talk about the future. The next thing that I'm going to focus on musically is an acoustic EP with my friend Rover Red. We played a show recently. We have enough material that I could, you know, do as much music as is on Crovseyed in, like, less than half the time. So, for the rest of summer, meaning for the rest of summer, meaning October and September, I'm going to be putting out songs for that, and then probably launching an album for that in fall-ish, like October-y. Softening a kneaded eraser and my hands hurt. Pre-order for Jeremy and Whistler was included in the discography and was pleasantly surprised. Good. Awesome. I'll remember that next time I do promo stuff, that the promo code also counts for pre-orders. Also, don't worry, my whole thing is, and here's the thing, I gotta worry about rent, I gotta worry about bills, and I totally understand, because I also support a lot of other creators that I know when I have the means to. So, you know, as someone who's been through the gauntlet, please take care of yourself first. Don't, like, I have a line in my songs for people that don't prioritize taking care of themselves and instead spend money on, like, creativity. I really appreciate it. I just don't want to feel bad because people are stretching their bank for me. So, good on you. Keep paying rent. Alright. So, what was I going to talk about? Okay, so, Crovseyed... Wow. Spoonie redid the cover art for Crovseyed recently. Just finished it like an hour ago, so I was gonna update that. But I'm probably just gonna be sitting here with a laptop. I haven't posted AKV in a couple days. I'm trying to, like, make it so the entries that I do record, when I do record them, can, like, span out until the next time I get time to record. And it, so like I wanted to do it daily, but like that would require like a steady, like I need to write 14 answers every 2 weeks, and 2-week time periods tend to be pretty hectic for me to get in some free time if there's a lot going on. So AKB is one of those things that I think, you know, it's a good hobby. I you know, I wish I could make the updates consistent, but there's so many other things I have to keep up with that it would be impractical. So I might record more tonight if I get the time. I mean, congratulations, Valor Bear. Who starts it? Who ends it? Who brings it up? Who loves it? Who hates it? Who cares? It's been hard to cover my mouth, but you don't know what you're talking about. Debate stains every talk, day after day, right after wrong. And it's been hard holding everything in. I told you so's our sign of one thing, shut the fuck up. And I'll hear, dear God, you were right all along, right all along. Shut up. So what's taking you so long? The pressure's monotone, but the grip lets go when your blood's at your codo. I'm flattered that you put me in the same category as like a romantic interest as far as like affecting your life positively goes. That's flattering. I hope things work out. I hope your life is improved. And don't worry about, here's the thing. Don't worry about your bank account too much. When it comes to like, you know, having a girlfriend. Because like, the thing is, if you stress yourself out and perform more than your means are, what that's telling of is that, you know, you're giving your all more than you can handle. If you're in a situation, like, I mean, yeah, look for a better job. If you're in a situation where, I know it's, like, really fucking tempting, to be like, I'm gonna blow all this money on a gift right now. We're gonna go out to eat every day. But be careful. The point I was gonna get to is, you know, the real ones will stick with you through financial trouble. The real ones won't ask you for too much if you can't give too much. But the grip lets go when your blood's at your codo. My blood's fucked up, and my gut's fucked up, and my head's fucked up. And God, I gotta be fucked up. In the meantime, while I'm just sitting here zoning out and, like, singing my songs, ask me anything about anything, and I will try to come up with an answer. I did a little, Q&A thing the other day on Twitter, just on Curious Cat, and I just got a couple Homestuck questions, and was like, y'all just keep asking me about Homestuck. I haven't had anything to say about Homestuck in, like, 5 years. Been through that phase and I'm mad at myself for it. Even they're almost a foot and a half shorter than I. Protect them.
Nothing more convenience. Who would bad night? All around them days. Could can't seem to close my.
My day has mostly been, I put together a screen, which I think we did out of order and required a lot more effort than we probably, needed to, but, we did that, and then I just went upstairs. I made a cucumber mango avocado salad, that I dumped way too much chili powder on, and then I sat down mastering, and now I'm here. Alright, so I just got... Okay, surreptitious. There's 3 more songs that I have to upload to Bandcamp. And then I will have crovseyed done, like the main core of crovseyed done for Bandcamp, and I can work on the, you know, making sure the bonuses are, polished. 7 years of cooking experience? Yes! I was gonna say, Graceland got it. Like, home cooking is, personally, like, I've had way better, like, interpersonal experiences, like, tag team cooking, or just, like, cooking while talking with someone, or someone cooking while I'm in the kitchen talking, like, and then, like, eating something and, like, commenting on it, like, there's more, like, just personal, it's more personal. I try to sound more verbose than I need to, and I gotta stop doing that. Didn't offer to share with me. I'm sorry. I only had half of an avocado, half of a small mango, and residual lemon juice that was on the half of the avocado I put in the fridge from yesterday. I made fucking spaghetti carbonara last night. Spaghetti, mushroom carbonara. Which is the same, except instead of bacon, you put mushrooms and onions. Carbonara is like one of my favorite flavor profiles. And actually is like one of the few things that goes good with like whole wheat. I actually like whole wheat spaghetti. I hate gluten-free spaghetti. And I don't eat spaghetti too often. But I don't know. The taste of whole wheat spaghetti with like mushroom carbonara is just so rustic. I love it. Homemade pizza is the best. Homemade pizza is fantastic. I will never, like, I don't care. I could pay, you know, like $100,000 for a fucking gold pizza with caviar and truffles coating it. And Kobe beef and shit. But, honestly, homemade, like, 1 or 2 day fermented sourdough, tomatoes, fresh mozzarella, basil. Sprinkle some fucking oregano on top. It's all you need. Some olive oil. It's all you need. That will be better than any pizza that costs any amount of money anywhere. Secret rice recipe uses 3 cardamom pods and star anise. Ooh. That's good. I have a couple cardamom seeds, and I have a mortar and pestle, and what I do a lot of the time is, like, I'll look up, a spice mix, like, you know, Cajun, or some kind of curry, like garam masala. I'll look up a spice mix, and I'll be like, can I do that? And then I'll just get, you know, like, fenugreek and cardamom, and, some cinnamon bark, and, what else do I have? Like a cumin, coriander. Like I get spices and I grind them myself, and I feel like a witch whenever I do it. A brick pizza oven. Y'all gotta help me get rich in the next couple months, because there's a restaurant building down the street from here that like has little bit of metaphysical significance to me, because I've been there a couple times in, like, you know, interesting situations. But they have a fucking brick pizza oven. Stone-ass pizza oven. And nobody's using that restaurant. I gotta get rich so I can buy that pizza place. And then we gotta start... Haley, we have to start like a... I'm trying to think of, like, is there a formula for Pizza Cafe? Like, good coffee, like a bar with good coffee, and then, like, fucking single-serving, like, personal pan pizzas. I feel like there's a market for that. Can I get this version of Shut Up? Okay, so... sometime, I believe in late August, I will start putting out the, instrumental albums of, High End Case 1, 2, and 3. So, anything that was on Patreon for, you know, however many years ago, like 5 years ago at this point, I will have them a little bit more expensive than what they would be on Patreon, all in a instrumental album that you can get. And it will be, it's the Creative Commons license that lets you use it as background music without owing me any royalties. So for YouTubers, streamers, people that want to have some stuff on loop that has a certain vibe to it, you can grab my instrumentals. So, I'm gonna put the date August 24th on when those start appearing on Bandcamp. That's not set in stone, because I've moved this a lot. I was gonna do it, like, earlier this spring. That sort of fell through. I've been just trying to find time to export and, like, get all these things together, but it's possible. Yeah, it's already August. It feels like it was January, like, 2 months ago. Where the fuck is time going? I'm sick of this. I'm sick of time passing. We gotta stop. Oh, I gotta fix this It didn't put the... It didn't put the amps on... That's terrible. That's like the one restaurant that I would want to work at. Definitely a market for it. I'd go every day. I don't like pizza that much. I like it when I'm really inebriated or like, you know, out of my depth. Or when I'm really sad and just like something in me is like lacking. I'll just think like, I need a pizza. What would you name it? Oh boy. How do I shuffle these? There we go. What would I name a pizza cafe? Oh man. See, the last restaurant that was there, its name was Mangia's, which just means eat, I believe, in Italian. Haley, let's convert our cafe. Let's convert our cafe idea into a fucking brick oven pizza cafe. Let's buy Mangia's. Let's do it. It's crazy because, like, you know, just 2 years ago that place was open, and they had, you know, like some they had some vines that they would keep, you know, in their backdoor beer garden or whatever, wine garden, I don't know, but like, we walk past it every once in a while, and it's just like the vines have taken over the whole building. There were, you know, like, there was like a sign, like clearly, like the name of the place was like painted on this outer wall, and now it's just like getting creeped in slowly by vines, and it looks like, it looks so, like, I wouldn't change that shit. That's crazy. Frappe Totinos. No. Oh, man. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of like of some wordplay. That's all y'all's assignment. If I come up with a good name for a fancy pizza cafe before the end of the stream. God. Love the aesthetic of modern buildings overtaking my nature. I really like the aesthetic of modern buildings, or not modern buildings, but buildings that clearly were like state of the art at the time, getting lost to their own being a building. It's probably because I, you know, grew up in the theater, and it feels like home to, you know, to see that kind of like urban decay. Frapizza. Cafizza. No. The spoony case. See, you could make a case pun there because of the word for cheese. You could do that. The Shack. No. Yeah, no, let's fucking actually open the Pizza Shack from the Etceteraverse. The one that they mention at the very end. Or the one that Hunter mentions at the very end. Not the very end. The end of Hunter's part. Frappe Shack. queso. Caseo. Isn't it caseus? Hang on. What is cacio? Or what the fuck is it? Cacio e pepe. What is cacio cheese? Oh, okay, it's a specific kind of... Okay, what is Wiktionary? I didn't say Tactos, no, I said the Pizza Shack. It's what fucking Hunter brings up at the end of, like, okay, so there's that part. There's that part after the Tactos thing happens, and then, Hunter's like, we're gonna go get a thin crust pizza from Pizza Shack. Casino! I don't know how many of you read into Etc.verse and how many of you keep up with the news. There was someone who tweeted at me the other day that asked if I was a fucking psychic. I don't know. I don't want to like get fucking too deep into shit, like talking about like stuff that's happening on the news, but there's certain names being brought up and certain operations that were going on that are now uncovered, and there's certain bad details found out about the guy who was doing this thing. And I will say that that thing he was doing is something I specifically knew about for years, and wrote into Etc.verse as a thing that just because I wanted to have the fantasy of watching this whole thing collapse, right? And so I wrote it, and I was like, yeah, that would be really great to see, and now it's fucking happening in real life, and I love it. And it's reminded me that we all start off as strangers, and fate will steer the way you lean. Oh, it has to be a JPEG, damn it. I can do that. The forest through the trees, if they'd bother to adjust, staring through the leaves. No! 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 Yell and read Etc.verse.
Oh, no.
Welcome, Morale. I'm just doing a question and answer stuff while I get this ready. You can't start a cult by calling it a cult from the get-go. You gotta get intense and weird about it long enough for other people to call you a cult. See. I played my cards right there. Because people have been calling my fans a cult. No, my fans have been willingly calling themselves a cult. For like 7 years. That was a meme that died a while ago. And like that's always been sort of like the tongue-in-cheek joke. Even as I talk about like spirituality and shit, is there's always the remember when I had a cult? Now I could go start a cult if I wanted to. And no matter how fucking crazy I get, people will just be like, no, it's a joke. Case doesn't actually have a cult. That's bullshit. I don't even know, like, what's the difference between a cult? I mean, I guess, this is a really fucking deep philosophical question. I shouldn't ask that, but, like, what's the difference between a cult and a fan base and a religion, really? Thanks for the advice in case I wanted to start a cult. I don't know if you know this, but this is, it's like 101, you see this kind of shit all the time, and I'm gonna tell you to look out for it, because I don't fucking, I've been I've been saying crazy shit for like, 2-3 years now. I haven't gotten any bigger for it. I haven't gotten any more, influential for it. And I haven't asked anyone to do, like, weird, crazy shit in the name of religion, but, but you do see the practice of, you start a joke, you do it jokingly, and then you actually make it serious over time, or you go so far into the ironism that you forget that the thing you're doing it on is, like, based in ironism, and then you're 4, 5, 6 layers deep, and suddenly, you're a Nazi saying it's just a joke. So that is the way that people do that. That is advice. If you wanted to start a covert whole fucking thing, start with a joke. The cult generally fits into the bite model. Cults generally control your actions and behaviors. There's such a paradoxical thing with, like, my philosophy, because if I try to, like, tell anyone else my philosophy, like, what I use for myself personally, it sounds like I'm trying, it sounds like, what a cult leader would say if they were trying to get you to buy something. Because my whole thing is grow your own god. You can do that. You don't need anyone to tell you how to do it. You can go figure it out. Just have the goal, I'm gonna grow my own god. And then, when you have that goal in mind, you'll get there. You start assimilating things, you start having conversations with things, it's like, oh, this could help me grow my own god. And you just do that. And you do that until you have a good enough perception of yourself that you can be the filter of, like, what affects you and what doesn't. And nobody can fuck with you. And nobody can take your reality away from you. Not even me. I would love to get people, like, I would love to influence people in such a way where they outmature me, and then I say something stupid, and then they bring me up to their level. I would love to, I don't ever want to have, like, an army at my beck and call. That's weird. K-pop stars can do that shit. I always found that sort of strange. But I love to just tell people about shit in such a way where if they outgrow my rhetoric, they can just be like, oh, fuck that. Don't say that. You're your own god. Honestly. Can we make a cult of people just not having people act like a dick? If I could start an organized religion about any principle, it would be that and that alone, and then everything would just be like just extrapolations on, cases when what constitutes acting like a dick, and why and when not to do it. Yeah, that's the problem. The one problem with people going their own, like, spiritual routes is that it's so, the whole fucking album Jacqueline is about this, but it's so easy to put yourself in a place where you are not questioning or criticizing yourself in ways that would be progressive. You can lock yourself into a state of stagnation by convincing yourself certain things about the world and about yourself, instead of working on them. But I think that's why, initially the story, the perception of, there's a God, I'm praying to God, I go out and do things, and God responds to me by happenstance. Like, originally that paradigm was really fucking helpful for me, to be honest with myself. Because when things would happen to the outside world, when I would make a promise to the open air, it wasn't just in my head. It wasn't just a self-feedback loop, right? It felt intrinsically like there was another person that was keeping up with me. Like there was another, like, being that was, like, around me all the time, and I was having to, like, live up to it. When you do that, the like, you know, wants and needs and fears and, like, where they come from, like, at your core, you're just way more honest about. Because you realize, like, if you lie, you're lying to that thing that saw you, you know, in fact, right? I don't know. And also, Cosmo Comic asked, what is happening in the real world that is happening in the Etc.verse? I don't want to point people in a place and be like, look here, because it's disturbing. Very disturbing. But let's just say, it was recently uncovered that there was a wealthy billionaire with a lot of influence and a lot of dirt on politicians because, he ran the sort of, amenity that Hunter talks about Tic-Tac-Toe's doing in the Etc.verse. I wrote that into the story because I knew this was going to happen, and I was waiting for it. But yeah, there's a reason there's an 18+ thing on when you go to case.dog/crow, asks you for your age. I'm not wanting to do edgy humor and stuff like that, but I feel like there are some subjects that the Etc.verse will get into in the future that are things that the internet has decided they don't want to see or deal with. And so I'm just kind of sequestering my thought process off in a narrative space where I can deal with all of those things. Cult of ironically grow plants. Go, let's start a cult. Wouldn't it be hilarious if we started a cult about planting trees and picking up trash and saving the planet? I want Kuro to serve in my wedding when I get married. Hang on. Where's my phone? Where's my ID? The card-carrying minister. In fact, I have the certificate of ordination is granted for life, and the bearer hereof is entitled to perform all ministerial services, including baptisms, marriages, funerals, and all other privileges and considerations usually granted to a minister. So we can do whatever. I can officiate weddings. It is a power I have. It is a power invested in me. Why is what a surprise? Curious about that. Oh man, people are asking questions. And I forgot the context because of the delay. Damn. Directions past XYZ, I'm hyperdimensionality. Life turns back to me. 3D seems whack to me. I see it axes unseen, but done and heard. Yeah, that's where we traverse. Wait, how much? Oh, how much for my for my ministerial services? I don't fucking know. I've never done this before. I don't know what to charge. 100 for the day? Shit. 60 for the day. It's not gonna take that long. Light shows you the earth, alive with the universe. God shows you planet Earth. God gave me Jupiter. How much to have you marry me? I mean, that's a loaded way. That's a loaded way to ask that question. Whoa! Oh! Why is it always like this? Why is it a surprise the billionaire having an... No, I'm not talking about... Let's not talk about, like, Bilderberg and shit like that. I don't want to talk about that. I'm talking about Epstein. Epstein runs, the equivalent of Tic-Tac-Toe's Pizza. In real life. But that, let me just say, don't look too deep into that. Please don't. It's disturbing. Oh yeah, I'm big late. It's fine. I haven't done jack shit. I've literally just been typing and talking. I'm trying to set up my streaming shit. Okay. I could be a minister and DJ. Perform a wedding in the car cat or kangaroo voice. Oh my god. Do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? God. That would be awful. Until it's over. Until I'm headed back to fight again. Minister DJ. You may now kiss the bride. Drop the bass. God. No. Here's what you do. You fucking play a build. You play a rise through all of the vows. And then right when you may kiss the bride, they kiss. Then you drop the bass. Car cat at a wedding would be a disaster. Oh, what's the scene in the epilogue where Gamzee goes to... No, it's a funeral. It's the funeral that Gamzee gives a thing, and Car cat's in the back like, fuck you! Nobody gives a shit! She doesn't like it, she ain't the one. Oh boy. You don't really get free food at weddings, so you can make bank and eat fancy all the time. Yeah! Okay, but they do say, here's the thing, and this is, you know, I'm a blue blood. I grew up with parents that had six-figure incomes for, you know, a period of, for enough time that I was privileged as a youth and heard the rich people talk. But they say that, you know, as far as gigs go, there's you know, there's Brick Stacker, janitor, clown, playing weddings. That's what I've always heard is like the hierarchy. So I don't know if that's the industry I would want to get into, but I could do it. Yeah, no, let me just advertise to every Homestuck, the entire Homestuck fandom. Are you and your significant other both Homestucks? Do you want to get married? You can have me there. I am a minister, motherfucker. That would be fucking stupid. Someone's like, hey babe, guess who we got to officiate the wedding? It's Case Jackal from Ask Carcat Voice. And they'll be like, what? Or, who? Or, I don't really like their voice. I like Paul's voice better. In which case, I can do that voice too! That's up to you! But I will charge extra! Chuban! Thunderstruck! Fuck. Not like I have family anyway. I'm sorry. What a strange hierarchy. Playing weddings is only bad because older people had shitty, boring weddings. Playing weddings for anyone under 30 could be great. That's true, but they mostly have DJs. But as far as, like, working on a wedding, like being a filmographer or photographer or something, that's kind of stressful. But, I mean, I gotta see how much priests gotta stick around. Like, how much fucking, like, people who officiate, or justice of the peace or whatever. Like, I gotta see how, like, what the usual practice is for sticking around and stuff, because, like, maybe I might not go to the reception, I might not get free food, but fuck. I could just get paid $60 for an hour and just leave. That'd be cool. I'd be down with that. Loser, trying to do the ACDC voice. God. You shook me all night long! Anybody hear that fucking, Panic at the Disco cover of, You Shook Me All Night Long? Where he just does that, he does that perfectly. My voice would crack if I tried to do a whole song. Brennan Urie just killed it. I don't get it. That guy's the patron saint of vocals, I swear to God. He's the actual bird. That's literally the original voice I had in mind for Carcat. Paul? Welcome me on. Or her different DSLRs would hang off her bodies all day. Oh, like just having like multiple like steady. Oh, that's cool. I'd be stoked. I'd be so stoked. You become like a machine. Ah! God. Memorize syllables of clinical emotion, cyclical chemicals with little motive, no way through it all. Don't wanna move it all, don't wanna move. That voice, but more deep. See, I can't do that. I can't make that deep. I can try! Like, it starts there. Ah! That's my, like, central speaking tone if I want to do that voice at all. I'm sorry, I'm not, like, starving. I'm mildly hungry. You can take your time with the tacos. It's fine. Fed my eyes. Yeah, Paul and I were talking about this, where it's like, you don't sound like, because people would say, like, oh, Paul's his younger Carcat. But it's like, Paul's voice sounds deeper than mine. It just sounds like he's doing the AC/DC voice. I found out how to sound just loud enough to stay tight with the playwrights. I got that confidence that come from burning fears. I got a feeling on the first day of the year. Oh, when will you be back? I'm starving. I'm so sorry. It's only up from here. Hey! Fed my eyes. Jesus Christ! I gotta work on my head voice more, like doing the thick one. Just loud enough to stay tight. Did the playwright? It's just reading vibes. I got that confidence that comes from burning fears. I got a feeling on the first day of the year. The sun is setting, but the dawn's a new premiere. I got a feeling it's only up from here. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is Reading Vibes. It's on Bandcamp right now. It's gonna be on the next full EP that Jared and I do acoustically. I don't think it's on. This isn't on any album. This is just a single. Fast grab that chance and pass up the stage fright. I found out how to sound just loud enough to stay tight. Did the playwright? My eyes are like blue-gray. I'm gonna take my glasses off. Oh, wait. You can't see because there's no light. Ah! Where's a white screen? That's good enough. I don't know if you can see my eyes. They're gray. Oh, I got a feeling it's only up from here. I got friends who are legit starving despite being fully capable of making food. I don't know how to convince them into eating. What do you mean? Legit starving? Just like they're just not eating enough and like losing weight, or? Okay, it's more like close. Yeah. Haley, when are you gonna be back? Just asking. Maybe it sounds a bit elitist, but I'd be crazy to be down without your scenes. Your studio ain't practical, it's scenic. Any new trick, I've already seen it. With a Mac and a mic, I'll be punching the clock. Like a demi-deity of the 2-week drop, so don't balk till your tracks launch. Cut the fuck, if you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. Welcome, Sinclair. I gotta learn this fucking song. I tried to do it one time when I was doing rehearsal and I just could not remember any of it. When I hear that you just found a DAW to use and got toots and loops and presets from YouTube, blow paychecks on amps and racks, it's been a year and you're fucking with the same 2 tracks. I ain't looking out for labels or producers. Anybody out to make you famous thinks you're stupid. I have fun with all my toolkits, dripping cash and stacking up tracks of bland new music. But I'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Your studio ain't practical, it's scenic. Any new trick you flick at me, I've already seen it. With a Mac and a mic, I'll be punching the clock. Like the demi-deity of the 2-week drop, so don't balk till your tracks launch. Top the plate, smoke damage gotten, maybe we can talk. There we go. I should be back around 8. That's so long. I don't want to just eat without you. It'd be rude. I can wait until 8. We can eat after stream. It's fine. I don't have to interrupt my stream with taco. It'll work out. Trust me. Carcat Cafe. I mean, what does that mean? Like, who would see that and be like, this is a place that interests me? Besides, you know, like, millennials. It's very niche for what I would be trying to do, though. There's nothing Carcat about that place. Looking at the present's fucking sad. Yeah. Those swords we hold ourselves together. Trial and error, we learn as we go. No, I'm not mad, nor am I disappointed. We're less young, less dumb now that we know. You know what, let's listen to the Crovseyed Master. Let's do that. Let's just open up the Crovseyed Master and listen to it on stream. Carcat Cafe. There's pizza on the sign, people will be interested. True. True. God. What do we got? Masters. Here we go. Share. Airdrop. Let's do this. Let's make this. This is probably gonna take a very long time. Yeah. You don't need to add this many more gimmicks. More gimmicks. Oh boy. You know what's crazy? Remember when we were all kids? And like on the internet, it was like the obvious like high ground to be on was like an atheist arguing about how the world is terrible. And like over time that changed because atheists ended up like people who were like atheist skeptics ended up just kind of being a dick about like other new ideas that weren't totally you know, material science to them. And then, like, I feel like a bunch of people from, like, the generation of, like, yeah, fuck religion, it's all bad. I feel like a lot of them found Jesus. Or a lot of them have had, like, profound spiritual experiences, and you can, like, see that when some fucking atheist is like, yeah, there's no, like, invisible man in the sky, and people think that are stupid. Like, you can sort of see, like, the general vibe of, like, you're just behind, dude. Like, you don't get it. People don't actually believe in a big physical man in the sky. I mean, some people do. Some people absolutely believe there's a, white man with a gray beard looking down on everybody. But that's Santa Claus, that ain't God. Ah! Anthro-dogs, owners of feral cats. What? Bird Cafe would be mayhem. That's terrible. That's such a bad idea. Birds would kill us if they had the chance. Why is the French dip trending? Why is the Reuben second lowest to the French? Oh, I'm so mad. I don't want to get into sandwich discourse. I'm sorry. I just got real mad over sandwiches. Oh, that'd be terrible. I will see you around, Spoonie. Za Espresso. I like that just because it's not... like, that doesn't mean any... Za Espresso. Oh, what? You can make a whole fucking Irish joke and go like, Za Espresso beans, right? Like, ban, like the fucking, like Irish for man? God. Case, please get into sandwich discourse. Listen. The Reuben is the best sandwich. Hands down. If you can make me like Swiss beef and sauerkraut in combination, and Thousand Island dressing, which I don't really like on anything, if you can make me like all of those things, you've done a good job at assembling ingredients. I love you, Haley. Goodbye. Oh, wait, am I still interrupt? Yeah, you can interrupt my stream. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, you can. God. Did you just assume that Santa Claus is male? Santa Claus is a construct. Somebody said Java joint at some point. Where was that? Jupiter Java joint is... that's good. That's a good idea. I'd be down. I would own a coffee shop with that name. Yeah. All right, let's listen to this master here.
You are listening to Jovian Whistlers. Electromagnetic phenomena caused by lightning in Jupiter's atmosphere. This is what the planet Jupiter actually sounds like. It kind of sounds like angry alien birds.
I'm only
only showing up to be an NPC. You got some growing up to do, so God sent me. Vanessa sinking claws in your psychology. Best at slinging archetypes, call me young CG. I'm a mortal oracle soul from Note 6. The talent rap tapping at the glass on every trip. I know no tricks, just the trade. How to elevate, dominate. The ascendant state is if you dissociate, but still operating nodes in the skill that you know you've been given to play. So follow the veins, live out your day to day.
Jovi and Java is also good.
The reality of your aims, I'm saying every wave I make is in harmony. There ain't a play in the game that's hard to me. I'm in tune with the world, it's all part of me. And when I peak, it ain't an anomaly. Like pinnacle of every sight you've seen. The only better view is me from underneath. Ain't higher and you'd like to see. Ain't worth it, I'm perfect. On the peak of every sight you've seen. The only better view is me from underneath. Any higher and you'd like to be. Ain't worth it, but I'm perfect. I don't write songs, I presuppose them. Play with names, let the plane rearrange.
The vibe I was trying to go for in the chorus of this
Transmuted from another. Name a bird, a planet, make the planet change
was
color.
like when a bird does that like thing when you're threatening it and they just like and they like stand up as tall as they can. And also like that scene you see like super villains and like vampires do where they just like out with their cape and shit. I wanted the chorus to have that kind of like you can see it in your mind's eye of like this character doing that.
Turning you away from the earth.
I think it's there.
Maybe made you stray from your root.
Welcome some idiot.
You got a scale in your heart wing key, and God is just the notes in harmony. No angels there at all, there's just me. You wave 3, scratching out the same thoughts, you're getting beamed like pinnacle of every sight you've seen. The only better view is me from underneath. Ain't higher and you'd like to see. Ain't worth it, I'm perfect. On the peak of every sight you've seen. The only better view is me from underneath. Any higher and you'd like to be. Ain't worth it, but I'm perfect. Anything that you feel on the material field, the shit you call real is just as ethereal as me. No way that you know what that is, let alone what it means. It's the kind of synchronicities you accept and let be. So we'll see if belief changes more than worldview, but all we experience is an untethered delusion. So whether any of that leads to self-centered confusion or benefiting more than you, it just depends how you use it. We got a mad road ahead,
Alright.
we're back and forth. Me and the Dragon Lord spells going back and forth. My senses picking up more than the cosmic intentions. I got tendrils and all 8 dimensions. I'm living from an angle of the end result, and I don't have a question how that all ends up. I keep my time open but my door's tight shut. Then every stargate inside me lights up like the pinnacle of every sight you've seen. The only better view is me from underneath.
Stream's going good. We're talking about if we were to have like a fancy coffee plus like personal like brick oven pizza like shop, what would we name it? And I think Jovi and Java joint's pretty good. Just because it's got those 3 J's. Twitter's a trash fire today. I don't understand why these things are trending.
All these dots draw me lines, give me enough to find every angle in the plot that rings a note of the divine. Let me try to define mine by making time, rhyming latency and signs. I hate being confined to give me life. I need an agent to serve through, an eye to observe through, a pair of hands to do my work, though it's worth doing. No worse losing out on the verse brewing without a curse doing. I'm making corners and choruses of the same thing. Keep ignoring the foreigners to our closed offering. Your heart and your throat and closed magnetic wings. Your actions have a voice in the ether it can sing. I'm playing string loops, making wings swoop.
Now we put up a GoFundMe right now, just for you carrying or whatever. Help me and my friends buy a pizza shop.
If you can hear it, maybe listen to me. Bring me the bass, I'll spit the acid. We'll make the souls of the earth that they're dancing. My engine ain't combustion and it can't blow a gasket. I am a being after. Give me bass, give me
The original series that JC Detroya is from opened with a scene where JC and a couple of their friends were trying to buy like space drugs from another group of dealers behind a 7-7, which is our gas station. So I mean, there's a place in consciousness that your mind went with that name that is very, very close to where my universe is at. You're getting there. You're very close to those coordinates. Keep searching. Etc. is one of those things where once you get enough of it, you know the entire story. And then like everything I put out, you will have as much like, oh okay, this is happening now, as like I am.
These points are approximate, crystallite the juice, share electric intoxicants. You've heard the formula, here's the concoction. Turn the boil out, down is not an option. Bring me the bass, I'll spit the acid. We'll make the soul.
Can you tell I turned the bass like fucking up twice as loud in this?
Combustion and it can't blow a gasket. I am a being after. Give me bass, give me acid. I played the metal and the radiation past it. My engine ain't combustion and it can't blow a gasket. I am a being after. Seeing it, believing, then I can't put it past you. Think what the ways gave you and make it matter. If seeing it, believing, I can't put it past you. Think what the ways gave you, make it matter. There's more than light and dark to me. I got experience and a part to be. See through each hue in the heartbeat patterns. When the privilege to climb this ladder, found tools and not to use them, and they can choose from the rules and its illusion. Unquenchable high signal ratio amidst disaster. I am a being after. Seeing it, believing, then I can't put it past you. Think what the ways gave you and make it matter. If seeing it, believing, I can't put it past you. Think what the ways gave you, make it matter.
Yeah. Bass is only acceptable if it threatens to knock my mirrors off when I play it in the car. Let you be so good at music. Nobody let me do anything. My dad. My dad let me use all this shit. And his friend Terry lets me play his instruments when mine aren't good enough.
There's a bug I might have once come down with. Some trouble I was found in. Needed love, only ever heard the sounds of it. Ideas rough, had a bubble drawn around it.
I'm gonna wager that's too much kick.
To show what life's for tolls we otherwise don't like to let most go in fever. Passions fleeting fast, but when I'm feeling bad, you're a convenient potion. You're offering up a cure-all, quick and easy. You're nothing but a sugar pill to me. Distractions from a symptom of deficient love. I've given up. Maybe you'll make me whole. Oh, please. Maybe I just wanna think you're doing something. But you're a weak dose boy. All speech, no voice. Can't we avoid? What'll work, what'll take, what'll help, what'll hurt? Oh, we both seem to know you're just a placebo. I wanna think you're doing difficult exchange. Quick fix or a lifestyle change are sweet, but you only dip. The pain ever you is cheap, the other half just plain not for me, dear. Acting in the same place, no story here. Never on the same page, I swore. We spoke different languages, lost control.
I'm glad.
We went insane with it. You're making up your reasons to
I'm glad you
see
feel
me.
that way, and I'm glad you come to these
They're
streams.
fake enough to feel, but we're greedy.
It's always cool to know I can create like a little community where people can just like have fun and chill out.
I'm building tolerance. Maybe I just wanna think you're doing something, but you're a weak dose boy. All speech, no voice. Can't we avoid? What'll work, what'll turn, what'll help, what'll hurt? Oh, both seem to know you're just a placebo. I wanna think you're doing something, but you're a weak dose boy. All speech, no voice. Can't we avoid? What'll work, what'll turn, what'll help, what'll hurt? Oh, you're just a placebo. You're not what I need, though. You're making up your reasons to see me. They're fake enough to feel, but we're greedy. Not enough talk, uneven thoughts, unsealing off with present tense.
Let's see if this kills parts of my stream if I pull this drive. Oh, yep, it did.
Quick and easy.
That's fine.
You're nothing but a sugar pill to me. Distraction from a symptom of deficient love. I've given up. Maybe you'll make me whole. Oh, please. Maybe I just wanna think you're doing something, but you're a weak dose boy. All speech, no voice. Can't we avoid? What'll work, what'll turn, what'll help, what'll hurt? Oh, both seem to know you're just a placebo. I wanna think you're doing something, but you're a weak dose boy. All speech, no voice. Can't we avoid? What'll work, what'll turn, what'll help, what'll hurt? Oh, just a placebo. You're not what I need, though. You're not what I need, though. Just a placebo.
I think that song's good. I think I'm gonna take down the kick and the verses before I upload that. I'm glad I listened to this once through. I'm gonna try to get this submitted to everything by tonight, so that's gonna be my last fix. Let's hope that's the last fix on this album. We're halfway through it.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm crovseyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me.
I don't wanna hear that you just found a DAW to use and got toots and loops and presets from YouTube blow. Paychecks on amps and racks. It's been a year and you're fucking with the same 2 tracks. No, I ain't looking up for labels or producers. Anybody out to make it famous thinks you're stupid. I have fun with all my toolkits, dripping cash and I'm stacking up tracks of brand new music. Maybe it sounds a bit elitist, but that'd be crazy to be down with how your scene is. Your studio ain't practical, it's scenic. Any new trick you flick at me, I've already seen it. With the Mac and a mic, I'll be punching the clock like a demi-deity of the 2-week drop. So don't balk till your tracks launch. Top the play, smoke damage, got maybe we can talk.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm crovseyed, sharp-eared, soul guide, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range of hearing. And don't you fucking dare talk to me. Respect me like nobility, to the best of your ability. But don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Don't wanna hear you're a child at heart when your mind's more More childish than any other part, it ain't funny. Begging, go fund me, monthly, if you blow the money. Buying furry art, I know, high water, it's inevitable. We're all trying and dying to keep our heads above it all. The shit you can't manage is incredible though. You never cut up a vegetable, tell me it's inedible. Wow, what are you, 5, 6? Your parents never had you play with knives? Shit, microwaving every time you dine? In. How do y'all even stay alive like this? Netflix and video games and no lifers. What else you blow cash on, fucking diapers? Well, I was right. Sorry for asking. Never mind, let me trash you.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm crovseyed, sharp beard, soul guy, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range up here. And don't you fucking dare talk to me. Respect me like nobility, to the best of your ability. But don't you dare talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Don't wanna hear bait from involuntary celibates, cause you just ain't able to masturbate. You want me to relate to despicable traits, cause y'all ain't been late since 1488. Maybe you're concerned about the world cause you weren't rich at birth. Think the tables turn just cause you gotta work. So it must be the aliens, reptiles, and birds. Like you don't parrot every other sentiment you've heard. Shut up, that's it, enough of this shit. If you're so supreme, rise above this shit. Become an elite and don't bring up this shit. Walk your walk and don't talk like a bitch. If you get clipped, well warned, you fool. Talk shit, get hit is humanity's oldest rule. My patience like Photoshop's magic wand tool. If you're whitening in the way, less tolerance for you.
If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm crovseyed, sharp beard, soul guy, gold tier, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range up here. And don't you fucking dare talk to me. Respect me like nobility, to the best of your ability. But don't fucking talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Alright, Don't Talk needs a little more work too on the bass. So I'll keep that in mind. I swear to God. Let's hope. Let's hope. We have 3 songs left. Let's hope. I only have 2 more fixes. Let's hope those are the only fixes.
When we learn the skill of assembling this fire in the heart, we can make the centering force to steer its way and travel through the heart of the sun.
I'm getting superstitious, I get premonitions with vicious visions of apparitions that I cannot control. Now I'm on a mission, I'm in fusion.
Okay, no. There's a sample on there that's gone. Oh, fuck. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The file I need for this one is on this computer. Oh, that's so infuriating. There's a sample that didn't load. Let's share it. Thanks. Looking for sounds and words, looking for tone, be like, oh. And just feel the symbolism even harder and be like, oh shit. Is this normal? Is what normal? The stream's being a little glitchy. What do we got going here? Did it work? Oh my god, my computer is like throwing a whole fit. Alright, let's listen to this anyway.
Seraphim, all got something to say. Open them can listen in and spin some glyphs my way. Turn your gaze to my deliberations with the fray. Then send me away, expect me to be thinking straight. It's getting difficult to keep my head on right. I'm pensive, intense, been unable to be able to explain. They'd mistake me for unstable. They'd hold me away, strap me down to a table, interrogate me and shame me when answers ain't available. What do I do with clues I can't be moved to prove? I'd suppose that I'm of use to you, but I'm enclosed subdued worldviews, the worst to burst through, consumed to swerve from the truth, we're doomed.
I'm getting superstitious, I get premonitions to vicious visions of apparitions that I cannot control. Now I'm on a mission, I make fusion fishing, you can't miss it. I'm surreptitious with what I can let you know. Reality or fantasy's tweeted, and I can't tell now. To the space-time tapestry ceiling, consider me spellbound.
Think of me like a past for me, out of your hair, linking together messages that found me from elsewhere. I ain't a beacon of reason, but believe me, you should care. Other angles are mangled and tangled in our plane's affairs. I ain't saying that I'm in communication with the Pleiades, praying to angels and wailing, save us please. They relate to me, this is all a play to me. Mundane apathy is just such a pain to see. There's higher rocks and higher parts that need some talking to. Putting sedative additives in affordable food. Culture shit before your grand plan snaps in two. There's 7 billion of us and like 7 of you. There's shit brewing, the lights and sides of which you never seen. Lose grip on the script before it hits the screen. I run the show, I'm moving earth and all done with these. Call me planet fucking Jupiter, cause y'all are under siege.
I'm getting superstitious, I get premonitions to vicious visions of apparitions that I cannot control. Now I'm on a mission, I make fusion fishing, you can't miss it. I'm surreptitious with what I can let you know. Reality or fantasy's tweeted, and I can't tell now. To the space-time tapestry ceiling, consider me spellbound.
Last chance to reel back the calamity. Listen up, I'm an Anunnaki ambassador to humanity.
Hell
Bad
yeah.
habits and practices, I'd be sad to see your paradise become
Good
a
luck
casual
letting people into that play.
tragedy. I'm getting signals
Also,
from above, my symbols keep
hope that
coming
person
up,
likes your
seeing
painting.
through the cover-ups. God damn it, I know too much. Been hiding in the brush, spying on the rich bluff, acting tough, hacking up all that stuff that they touch. The only reason the leaders are trying to fry up the planet is elites can survive it and you can't. God damn it, high time to learn to thrive like Paleolithic times in the wild where they can't find you. Let me remind you, fanatical, placable animals, you're a catchable capital. Maximal practice too mechanical to grant a sabbatical. Radical hacks are all in a battle to rattle the catacombs. They're fallible, ethics and practical, but hazards are actual. Fuck.
I'm getting superstitious, I get premonitions to vicious visions of apparitions that I cannot control. Now I'm on a mission, I make fusion fishing, you can't miss it. I'm surreptitious with what I can let you know. Reality or fantasy's tweeted, and I can't tell now. To the space-time tapestry ceiling, consider me spellbound.
Alright, where the fuck is that sample? Where is it?
Something to say. Open them can listen in and spin some glyphs my way. Turn your gaze to my deliberations with the freight. Send me away, expect me to be thinking straight. It's getting difficult to keep my head on right. I'm pensive, intense, been up in bed all night. I can't fight when you set another thread of light. Intent to write lines I can't sense alike. If I can make up any fables and metaphysical labels to be able to explain, they'd mistake me for unstable. They hold me away, strap me down to a table, interrogate me and shame me when answers ain't available. What do I do with clues I can't be moved to prove? I'd suppose that I'm of use to you, but I'm enclosed, subdued, worldviews, the worst to burst through, consumed to swerve from the truth, we're doomed.
I'm getting superstitious, I get premonitions to reality or fantasy's tweeted, and I can't tell now. To the space-time tapestry ceiling, consider me spellbound.
Think of me like a pass for me, out of your hair, Lincoln.
Consider me spellbound.
Think of me like a pass for me.
Consider me spellbound.
Alright. It's gonna take another couple steps. Alright, how about light rays?
Without the dark, we can't make out the stars. Without the night, we forget where the lights are. You know my light rays, night, day, singing through the void. How did you get to be the noise? Without stress behind your choices. From afar, our counterparts keep us alive.
I think the master's a little too loud on this one, but I think that's just a master issue.
Does it feel to see the light? What's life like from outside? There's a moment in time we get to exist. Only the sun in the sky will be around to see the aftermath. We live, we die, but are we greater than this? The scale of life made us lie about how we answer that. There's cold and heat and love and hurt. There's places where none of this works. There's shadows and valleys and troughs and dirt. We got it all here. Do you tire of lighting life a way to shine so I can drive the way I only could on earth here? Are we the frontier? I know your light.
Wait, what's that sound like?
Valleys and troughs and dirt. We got it all here. Do you tire of lighting life a way to shine so I can drive the way I only could on earth here? Are we the frontier?
Reverb down a
I
little bit.
know your light rays,
Okay, I have more
night,
pictures.
days, harmonize the noise. Can you hear how loud your voice is? Is it luck? Is it your choices? From afar, our counterparts keep us alive. When it's dark, I know you're here to shine. How does it feel to be the light? What's life like from inside? What's life like from inside? Without the dark, we can't make out the stars. Without the night, we forget where the lights are. Every peak you'll reach is far from clear. Without nadirs, we misplace what our heart fears. You know my light rays, night, day, singing through the void. Did you get to be the noise? Without stress behind your choices. From afar.
Did I miss a donation? Did I miss a donation or a pledge or something? What did I miss?
If you blow the money, buying furry art, I know. to me. You see me clear, you're in my range up here.
Well, thank you for subscribing. I'm sorry it killed my audio. Sometimes it gets over that. Sometimes it doesn't.
Up here and wanna hear bait from involuntary celibates, cause you just ain't able to masturbate. You want me to relate to despicable traits, cause y'all ain't been late since 1488. Maybe you're concerned about the world cause you enrich a bird. Think the tables turn just cause you gotta work. So it must be the aliens, reptiles, and birds. Like you don't parrot every other sentiment you've heard.
Shut up! That's it! Enough of this shit! If you're so supreme, rise above this shit.
Become an elite and don't bring up this shit. Walk your walk and don't talk like a bitch. If you get clipped, well warned, you fool. Talk shit, get hit is humanity's oldest rule. My patience like Photoshop's magic wand tool. If you're waiting in the way, less tolerance for you. If you hear me scream, you're in my territory. And don't you fucking dare come near me. I'm crovseyed, sharp beard, soul guy, cold tear, main feature. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. You see me clear, you're in my range up here. And don't you fucking dare talk to me. Respect me like nobility, to the best of your ability. But don't fucking talk to me. Displeased to meet you, don't talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in my range up here. Talk to me. If you see me. Talk to me. If you see me clear, you're in me. If you see me. If you see me clear, you're in my range up here. Talk to me. If you see me
There we go.
clear, you're in my range up here. And don't you fucking dare talk to me. Respect me like nobility, to the best of your ability. But don't fucking talk to me. See me clear, you're in the best of your ability. But don't fucking talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Yeah, that's good. Alright. Infinity Train? What is that? I've heard nothing. I'm probably never gonna watch another Cartoon Network show again, knowing what I know now. Nickelodeon either. I can't do it. I can't do it. Whoa! 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 I'm going to bed. I'll see you around. Man, I keep wanting to not get into this subject because I've been skirting it, and it's like just not subject matter that you bring up, like just when you're on a stream trying to chill out. But yeah. Yeah, the 12th is ideally the Spotify launch date. And everywhere else with it. I'm so fucking I'm hoping. I've had to put this off for longer than I wanted to, and I'm just hoping it goes through. It's not many songs. They already have IRSCs and whatever, so it's not like there's a lot of process that needs to happen before they can come out. So I'm just literally doing the fixes tonight. And hopefully that'll all be ready and said and done tomorrow, and then they'll launch when they launch. Which is hopefully the 12th. I don't want to get into the Cartoon Network shit. Let's not do this. It was big news. I don't know. It's important. It's really important, but I can't. I gotta stop talking about it. Because it just makes me mad. And I don't want to be mad tonight. So how about those fucking Democrat debates? Anybody watch the debates? A lot of people have some really strong feelings about some candidates. I have pretty lukewarm feelings for most of them. There's, you know, it's primary, and so, like, some of the more fringe people are getting painted as a little bit more fringe than they are. And, like, that's understandable. There's an article going around, and there's a whole, like, campaign going around saying that this one candidate in particular, like, you know, says that they've said weird things about medication before, and like, you know, power of agency over like diseases like cancer and AIDS, which is stupid. You don't tell people who have cancer and AIDS to not seek medical treatment. That's stupid. But a lot of the quotes people find for this stuff doesn't sound like she's exactly advocating for that. There might be something I'm missing. But there's this weird smear game where, you know, a candidate brings up slavery reparations, right? And talks about it as if it's a serious idea. And then all of a sudden, she's being smeared for having positions that are 2 or 3 steps beyond what she's actually said. And some of them are, you know, like, she implies this, she implies that. And, like, at this point, like, all of those goddamn politicians on the stage have made decisions and held shitty views that have, like, actually hurt a lot of people. And it's like, I sort of don't think a New Ager being, like, anti-vax, I don't think that's the thing to dogpile on right now. Especially after she's bringing up, like, interesting political points. That's just one weird take on this whole Democratic presidential race. Another is that Biden's old. Biden is so old. Biden is, like Bernie Sanders is as old as Joe Biden, right? But Bernie Sanders is like, fuck you, right? So you're in a whole group that in the 80s convinced men with HIV not to seek treatment because God would fix their illnesses. Is that true? She ran a clinic that did that specifically? Like, for me, the one thing that made me sort of, like, because I have this sort of, like, question everything you see. The thing that made me sort of, like, a bit hesitant to be like, is there a source for that? Was that it all came up right after she had the best answer on like reparations for slavery, and like no other candidate had that. So like part of me is just a little bit paranoid that like I don't fucking know enough about Marianne Williamson. Let me look this up. What is this? Swine flu. You know, she says, pour God's love into your immune systems. Truth projects. God is big. Swine flu is small. There's... Okay, that's kind of ridiculous. I remember the swine flu scare. Have you ever read an article saying that I told people with AIDS they didn't have to take their medicine because of positive thinking would cure it? That I ever told people who got sick that negative thinking caused it? Please know both these things are complete and utter lies. I never told anyone not to go to the doctor. I spent hours and hours and hours driving people to the doctor. When a clergy person, a faith leader, prays with someone or leads them in a guided meditation, this is not in repudiation of medicine, body, mind, and spirit. In today's world, the oncologist is liable to be the first person to suggest that you get yourself over to one of these spiritual support groups, because serious spiritual practice has been proven to boost the functioning of the immune system. And by the way, when I was working with AIDS patients, a lot of that was at a time where there was no medicine yet. The entire idea of me is this anti-medicine, anti-science could not be further from the truth. Okay. That's an interesting thing to keep in mind. You told people God's love will protect you from swine flu, though. And that's on your Twitter. Fuck. I'm a modern woman, and of course I go to the doctor. I take pharmaceuticals when they're called for, and I am as grateful as anyone for the advances of modern science. I don't judge pharmaceuticals. I don't judge anyone who uses them, including for depression. I don't discourage anyone who's using them to treat chronic illness. What I do criticize, and cannot understand why anyone wouldn't, is the predatory practices on the part of big pharmaceutical companies. So those are some now words. Those are some now words from Marianne Williamson. I just got into this. I got into this because she's the New Age candidate, right? I don't think she should have gotten into politics. I don't think this is the place for her. Like, go be another Oprah. You don't need to run for president. But I do get the gray area where she's talking about, and I've talked about it a bit on the stream. If she, like, if that's... Because, like, most of the quotes that I have found so far are her saying that some drugs are overprescribed. I believe that. We have a similar problem with opioids, painkillers, and what is it, like statins or whatever. Like there's drugs that are like way overprescribed, and I don't think it's not like far-fetched to say that companies that make antidepressants would also have the same business practices if the diagnoses and prescription and prescriptions rates of these have followed the same trends as other drugs that people are saying are overprescribed. I don't think that's an unfair thing to point out. I don't think it's a failing on anyone's mental health. I think I think there is a predatory aspect to drug companies, because you got to remember the people who make the ilk of people that make antidepressants are the ilk of people that hike up insulin and EpiPen prices, right? You got to remember this is the same machine, and like, it doesn't diminish anyone's mental health or like the help that anyone can get from medications, but it's like, big picture, sometimes there can be a bit too much of something going around. I think that's valid. Antibiotics, that was the other one I was looking for. I was on antibiotics when I was a kid for acne. I went into a clinic for acne. I was a teenage kid. Had acne, right? Average run-of-the-mill thing to happen, right? If you're a teenager. They gave me a whole fucking pitch for this $100 a month 3-stage acne treatment plus antibiotics with it. And they just sat me there for like 30 minutes, and she explained, so here's a specific drug. It does this, 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 and this. So you're going to take it. Okay, here's your script. Go. And just... I was there for 30 minutes, shown out the door. I took those antibiotics. It was bad. It was a bad time. I subscribed muscle relaxants for an unknown pain in my wrist. I never used them. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. I think it shouldn't be a controversial opinion if we can look at all the science and all of the business practices and all of the trends that say antibiotics are overprescribed, painkillers are overprescribed, and companies that make necessary medications for chronic illnesses are all about profits and wage hiking, right, and business. I think if you can assume those three things, and we know these three things, I don't think it's far-fetched to say that the same might be true for some antibiotic, or for antidepressant companies. I think that's not a totally unreasonable opinion. I don't think it's a failing of anyone, but the pharmaceutical industry and the government from not regulating them. Also, here's the thing. I don't think Marianne Williamson's gonna become the fucking presidential nominee. I don't think she is. I'm just glad she's saying shit about reparations on the debate stage. Tulsi Gabbard, I also don't think is going to be the nominee. But I'm glad she's saying stuff up there about the Iraq War. Because Democrats love to do this thing where someone mentions they were in the military. They're like, oh, you were in the military. Good for you. But that's really fucking patronizing when somebody went and fought in the war to, make you fucking suits rich. Someone who fought in the war, came back, won a seat as senator, and is running for president. And some fucking rich white asshole who's never fucking seen combat, who's never fucking seen anything, more wild than a golf course, is saying that, yeah, we need to continue war in the Middle East. Because obviously... And when Tulsi Gabbard's like, no. Why? The Al-Qaeda's been there before we were there. They're gonna be there after we're there. There's nothing we're fucking doing to help besides just arming more people and leaving our guns and ammo everywhere. And Tim Ryan was like, well, if we don't, what is it, Al-Qaeda, I don't know, the Taliban? Like, if we don't fight them, they're gonna knock over our buildings again. And Tulsi Gabbard is like, you're talking about the entirely wrong faction and nationality of people, and I know that because I fought in the war. Like, there's some people on that stage, Andrew Yang included, that I think shouldn't be president, but should be on the debate stage. That's just sort of how I see this whole race. And people trying to dismiss Marianne Williamson as if she's ever going to become president, just because she said black people deserve better treatment, I think is a bit suspect from the establishment. That's my thing. Let's listen to Yes You Are.
The Dracu line had conquered using fear and terror, and the only culture that they encountered which could resist them was called the bird dog culture. And Antu has a piece of the bird dog culture.
We're back at the frontier of experience, cracking jokes, now we're here and we're serious. Mad with fantasies, I had to be delirious. I see into the ether easiest when I'm feverish, writing findings at a fever pitch, synchronizing my life to how I'm seeing it.
Also, I forgot Marianne Williamson's name for like 5 minutes, and y'all like figured it out.
Limitless, what we miss is a little caged crazy. What we get from the haze of the maybes, we come to forget. We create these games with uneven ways to play, and then we complain, take your piece that the universe broken. If there's meaning, let the world show it. I see in clouds, I move below. Loud about what I know. You have no clue what I can do, what I can prove. We're cosmic art. We're in control of what we own. Oh, you don't know all that you are. Yeah, we live for going high. We feel the skies. Divine and high. Oh, yes, you are. Back up.
I was trying to make it seem that way.
Crack open the horizon into bands of lies. I can make predictable, surprising lines. A couple stories told, tones droned. You'll be seeing lights, feeling divides. Besides wrong and right, gray areas turning bright and coming to light. Believing in schemers and feeling complete, and I'm even. I've been reaching some unseen.
There's 20 candidates. Do you more than 20? Like, do you expect me to remember anyone's name?
So if you let ideas free straight, they float their way back, carried on 5D waves. So quit entertaining bad ideas, live adventures and stories that you feel glad to be in. Did my Benny Beatty Peachy, now I'm on the copy TM. You have no clue what I can do, what I can prove. We're cosmic art, we're in control of what we own. Oh, you don't know all that you are. I got Enoki and alchemical magic, if you've heard of it. Paranormal, supernatural, yeah, I'm sure it is. Normality, reality, gravity lost. I'll take your word for it, cause believe it or not, these words come from a world of eternal permanence. I've been installed as a star within the firmament, lost on the verbiage, we made it through the worst of it. I just hit to med the vein, loosen up your tourniquet. The friction static in the ether everywhere you look. Walking contradiction, begging to stay put. Just climb back out of the grave, and I got a foot in the doorway without a plate from a book. Kept repeating, never even emulate the best of me. But we're made for the same trajectory, the meaning of today. You have no clue what you can do. Go out and prove we're cosmic God. Oh, you don't know how much you owe. You're in control. Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah. Alright. Couple more fixes. Dinosaur chicken nuggets. God. Alright, let's turn this intro down a little bit too, because it's kind of loud. Where is it? What's my opinion on dinosaur nuggets? Chicken nuggets are garbage. Don't eat them. Here's something to consider. Government regulations have been slipping ever since Trump got into office. The FDA is one of the things that has had lowered restrictions, and you may recall that when the government shut down, the FDA just stopped doing certain food checks. And some of my friends that worked in retail and grocery said that they just get trucks full of rotten shit because no one was there checking it. And so companies were just selling grocery stores like, here's all our rotten shit. And it only takes a couple bad apples to spoil a bunch, so, you know. But consider, the food standards have been dropping since Trump took office. Mechanically separated chicken is one of the least regulated human consumable meat products. You are allowed so much waste product, so much non-meat product in mechanically separated chicken. Now, depending on the source, it may only be white breast meat. It may be breast and thigh meat. Depending on the source, it may be breast, thigh, and giblets. Or bones and brain, beak, etc. You know, and then they just boil everything so it cooks. But, you have some shit-talking chicken nuggets. Organic 100% breast meat dino nuggets. Okay. That's okay. They can say that. But you know the FDA standard for, or the USDA standard for organic has lowered because of the government. That's the thing. All those labels that you see on food, the regulatory standards to get them approved for that have dropped. So, I try not to eat too much processed food. You know, you can catch me on weekends having a bag of chips at the laundromat. But, like, I don't like chicken nuggets. When I've been, you know, again, like pizza, when I'm starving and some kind of inebriated, and, like, you know, we're getting food and someone's got a nugget with, like, some buffalo sauce, I might be like, can I have one of those? But I probably wouldn't spend money. Like, I don't get the Wendy's 4 for 4 thing, because it has chicken nuggets, and I'm like, I'm not gonna spend money on that. God, why is this doing this? Okay.
The skill of assembling this fire in the heart. We can make the centering force when we learn the skill of
Vicious visions of apparitions that I cannot control. Now I'm on a mission, I'm infusion fishing, innocent. I'm surreptitious with what I can let you know.
Alright. I should be up soon. I gotten through all of these, and I'm gonna do the fixes that I need to do, and it's after 8. So, I'll probably wrap this stream up relatively soon. So I'll be up. Plants vs. Zombies Buckethead voice? See, in case having a bag of chips out of the laundromat would feel like encountering a cryptid. Yeah. Wherever you meet me, it feels like encountering a cryptid, I've been told. Ah, fuck. No audio tail. Yeah. So, let's see. Pre-orders for crovseyed are up. Tell all your friends. If you want bonus stuff, the Jovian Whistler, crovseyed... The Jovian Wow. The Bandcamp version of Jovian Whistler will include all 7 songs, album mixes, mastered to sound consecutive, plus self-made royalty, plus the Kuro mix of I Am, plus 2 remixes from some furry friends of mine. It is for at least $432 US or whatever you want to pay. And if you want, you can also get my whole fucking discography, which is $35 for fucking everything, and it includes a pre-order for this. If you've already done it, and I'm just preaching to the choir, then it's up for the choir to sing louder. So, if you can support my stuff, please do. I would appreciate it. If you can't, get the word out. Tell a friend or two. Make some posts. Draw some fan art. Either Sunday or next Friday, I'm gonna have another fan art showcase just to catch up with stuff. I didn't have time to put one together tonight, but I will do that. But until Sunday, good luck out there. Keep climbing, and do not ever look down. Thanks for coming. Nigreji kosper gosna, asanti semu suha, inam weden suniterji, asmi dios kosu asi, wardailin wardum patris, asanti tankis mechtaris, inam weden suniterji, asmi dios kosu asi. Fuck you. Later.